I'm Tessa Vaughn, 31, actuary from Portland. That night, while Mom passed the cranberry sauce, Dad announced, "We're signing the cabin over to Mason. He's the visionary in the family. Mason needs space for his music." Mason, 28, zero rent paid in his life, grinned like he'd just won the lottery. I set my glass down so carefully the table didn't even rattle. Because they'd forgotten one detail. Every mortgage payment, every tax lien, every emergency repair on that cabin came from the revocable trust titled solely in my name, the one they begged me to create so we don't bother you with paperwork. I smiled, said, "How wonderful for Mason," and excused myself to check the pies. Then I opened my phone and started the quietest wildfire Oregon has ever seen. By the time dessert was served, the cabin's utilities were scheduled for disconnect, the HOA dues were flagged delinquent, and the property tax escrow had been emptied into an account bearing only my social security number. I came back with a pumpkin pie and a smile sweet enough to rot teeth. Mom noticed first. Her phone buzzed with a power shutoff notice. Dad's went next, bank alert, trust balance zero. Mason's face cycled from triumph to terror when the cabin's smart lock rejected his code mid-brag. I ate pie while they panicked. That night I drove to the mountain house alone, let myself in with the master key they didn't know existed, changed every code, every password, every deed writer. Sunday morning I called Aunt Celeste, the estate attorney they'd always dismissed as overly dramatic. Monday noon she walked into their kitchen with a leather folio and the calm of a woman who eats family betrayals for breakfast. She laid out the trust documents, the payment ledger showing 100% of contributions from me, the new deed transferring the cabin to the Tessa Vaughn Irrevocable Trust. When Dad tried the old, "You're being selfish" routine, Celeste smiled like frost. Selfish is spending your daughter's life savings on your son's SoundCloud career while letting her sleep on a futon. Shall we discuss fraud? Silence. Mom actually dropped her coffee mug. Mason tried tears. Real ones, over a house he'd never mowed the lawn of. I spoke for the first time. "You wanted a visionary? Here's vision. A future where I'm not your ATM." I walked out carrying the only set of keys that still worked. 6 months later the cabin is mine, mortgage-free, filled with friends who Venmo their share of groceries and laughter that doesn't come with interest. Mason's music collective disbanded when the free rent vanished. My parents downsized to a condo and sold Mom's Lexus to cover credit card debt. They still send group texts about family healing. I still leave them on read, while the fireplace I paid for crackles in a living room that finally has my name on the mailbox. Some people think justice is loud. Mine was the soft ping of a trust balance hitting zero while they were still passing the gravy. They raised one daughter to carry the weight of the world and one son to float above it. I just stopped being Atlas. Now the only thing I carry up the mountain is a bottle of wine and the quiet knowledge that some doors only open when you change the locks. If your family ever treated your sacrifices like their birthright, remember, the moment you stop funding their fantasy is the moment you start living your reality. I didn't just take back a house. I took back every year they borrowed from my life and never paid interest on. And every sunrise over timberline tastes like compound interest on a debt they'll never settle.